Hey everybody, it's Gina from GinAdmin. I am fresh back from vacation where I was in sunny Florida last week where it was 80 plus degrees and now we're back to this. I I got some really great ideas while I was on vacation and today I want to talk about spring cleaning those goals that are just draining your energy. Which ones to keep, which ones to ditch. And look, everybody right now is posting about fresh spring goals, launches, content plans, everything new. And some of us are still honestly working on those goals that we set in January. I mean, you're supposed to feel energized by spring, right? But instead, we're feeling a little bit behind. So, what if spring cleaning isn't about adding more, but and it's not about perfection, but instead it's about getting rid of what you don't need. The goal that you set in January that now you look at it and you just groan inside, let that baby go. And you're not failing by letting those go. You're making smart decisions about where you focus your energy. So I want you to ask yourself about each of your goals. Does this goal still excite me, or does it feel more like an obligation? Is the goal serving my business? Or am I doing it because I feel like I should? Because somebody somewhere along the way said, hey, you should do this. Are you holding on to the goal out of maybe stubbornness or actual desire? And would letting go of these goals create space for something bigger and better in my business? Because here is something that over the past several years I've found for myself is that goal that sounded amazing when I said it turned out to be a complete disaster. Like posting every single day and all it does is exhaust you. That goal again that you set because somebody said you should do this. And I have fallen into this trap more times than I can tell you. I had someone suggest to me, oh, you should do a podcast. I have that on my goal over here on my board for starting my podcast in 2026. And that's just not where my business is right now. And I am nowhere near prepared to start a podcast in 2026. So I've put that on things to look at for my goals for 2027 and see if it fits in there. And if not, I'll just push it off another year. It could be maybe a funnel. And my big thing that I tell myself is if I have this goal in mind and my brain says, I just really don't want to do this, then I just don't do it. This is my business. It's my business model. And what someone else does with their business in their business model is not necessarily what's going to work for mine. Um, a lot of times you have goals that are actually disguised as one. Like, grow my business is probably 5 different goals. You need to pick one. The goal that you've been working on for 6 months with zero progress, out. I mean, if you haven't moved toward it in 6 months, either you don't really want to do it or there's something blocking you. So, what I want you to do is I want you to grab your goals list for this year, whether you actually typed it up like mine are up here, or if you scribbled it on a napkin sitting with a friend over coffee. But I want you to take that list and I want you to sort it into 3 different piles: keep, adjust, and release. For your keep pile, these are the ones that still excite you. They move your business forward and they feel energizing. For your adjust pile, it's a good goal, but it might be the wrong timeline or approach, like my podcast in 2026. And then release, these are the ones that are draining you. They feel like that obligation, or maybe they just don't matter for where your business is at today. And then your keep goals, I want you to protect your energy around these. What can you remove to make space for the keep goals? On the adjust goals, realistic on these. Change the timeline. 2027 for a podcast, maybe. Or maybe the scope of the goal. And then on your release goals, let them go. Don't feel guilty about that. You're absolutely allowed to change your mind. It is your business. You're allowed to let go of those goals that drain you. You're allowed to change your mind about what you wanted in January. And you're allowed to not feel spring fresh start energy. Spring cleaning is not about perfection. It's about making space for what matters. So go back over your goals for this year, see what still fits, see what maybe you can let go or maybe just push off. Look at it for next year. And with that, I want you to go grab that coffee and remember, you've got this.